Hello, I'm Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. The MACC is digging deeper in its probe into several of Human Resources Minister V. Sivakumar's senior aides. Now they also want to see what CCTV recordings of the minister's vehicles may have in store.
The MACC is seeking CCTV recordings involving 3 cars, 2 of which are registered under Human Resources Minister V. Sivakumar. The anti-graft agency has asked the management of a condominium in Cyberjaya to turn in the recordings. A source told Malaysiakini that this is to assist the MACC's investigation into migrant worker approvals, which have so far seen 2 of the minister's aides being detained. The source said 3 vehicles have become the focal point of investigations. The 3 vehicles are a Mercedes Benz, a Proton Perdana, and a Mitsubishi Outlander. A check revealed that the Mercedes and Mitsubishi are registered under Sivakumar's name. Meanwhile, the ownership of the Proton could not be ascertained. Malaysiakini has reached out to Sivakumar's office and the MACC on the matter and is awaiting their replies. Meanwhile, Utusan Malaysia quoted a source as saying that the MACC is looking for millions of ringgit involved in the case. The source also confirmed that the MACC did not find any evidence during visits to Sivakumar's office and home yesterday. The source also did not rule out the possibility of the MACC recording Sivakumar's statement a second time. Last week, the MACC nabbed a senior officer to Sivakumar, as well as the latter's private secretary, in connection with the case. The minister has reportedly suspended the duo, as well as another officer, following the MACC investigations. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said yesterday that there is no need for Sivakumar to go on leave pending the probe.
Perikatan National Chief Muhyiddin is seeking to strike out 4 abuse of power charges leveled against him.
Former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has filed an application to quash the 4 abuse of power charges against him. The Pago MP's Council confirmed that the application has been filed at the High Court in Kuala Lumpur recently. Copies of the bid have also been served on the prosecution. The application also seeks to stay the criminal case at the Sessions Court in Kuala Lumpur, pending disposal of the striking out bid. Previously, before the criminal court, the PN chairperson claimed trial to 4 abuse of power counts and 3 money laundering charges involving over 232 million ringgit.
Katum may not be legal in Malaysia, but Kyrie has an idea to cash in on the plant by exporting it to places where it's legal.
Kyrie Jamaluddin said Malaysia should consider exporting katum leaves to the US. Speaking in a podcast program called Keluar Sekejap, the former health minister said katum is a plant that is indigenous to Malaysia and the resources should not be left to waste. He said while katum is still banned in the country, his point aims to solve one problem. He explained that some other countries allow katum to be sold there. For example, he said in the US, katum or kratom, as they call it there, is a 4.4 billion ringgit industry. The podcast was aired on Keluar Sekejap's YouTube channel. Katum is banned by the Health Ministry and has yet to be scientifically proven to be useful as a medicine in Malaysia.
Sanusi has been called likable and approachable by a PN leader, who expects him to be a force that will attract more non-Muslim votes in Kedah.
Kedah PN believes the popularity of Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Muhammad Noor is expected to bring more non-Muslim voters to support the coalition in Kedah during the upcoming state election. This is according to Kedah PN Deputy Chief M. Marimutu, who reportedly told a news portal that this was based on a survey the state party chapter carried out recently. Speaking to Free Malaysia Today, he said Sanusi is a likable and approachable Menteri Besar despite concerns over the ban on 4D. Marimutu was referring to a controversial decision by the past Menteri Besar where his administration imposed an effective ban on operations of all gaming shops in Kedah beginning 2022. According to the Gerakan leader, Kedah PN expects to increase the votes from non-Malay voters up to 15% in the state election. It would be almost double the figure PN received from the community in GE15 last November, which was around 8%, he said. Marimutu said that PN also expects that Sanusi's popularity would help them win at least 33 out of 36 state seats in Kedah, if not all.
R. Ramanan continues his steady rise from defeating Khairi in GE15 to chairing Mitra's special committee.
Sungai Buloh MP R. Ramanan, who defeated Khairi Jamaluddin in GE15, has been appointed Special Committee Chairperson of the Malaysian Indian Community Transformation Unit. The PKR lawmaker confirmed his appointment when contacted by Malaysiakini. The newly appointed members were Senator Sivaraj Chandran, Klang MP V. Ganapati Rao, Segamat MP R. Yuneswaran, and Mitra Director General K. Ravindran Nair. Mitra, launched in 2013 by former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak, was initially known as the Socio-Economic Development of the Indian Community Unit. It was established to help poor Indians uplift their income capacity. SEDIC was disbanded when the BN government fell after the 14th general election and was later revived as Mitra under the Pakatan Harapan administration. After the Harapan government fell, Mitra was placed under the National Unity Ministry. A total of 337 companies, organizations, and NGOs were identified as having received grants of an approximate total of 203 million ringgit from Mitra between 2019 and 2021. Anwar Ibrahim allocated funds worth 100 million ringgit for Mitra during the tabling of Budget 2023 earlier this year.
Cops should know the laws they are enforcing. But what happens when a cop issues a summons for something that's not an offense? Let's find out in our next story.
Police have withdrawn a summons for not displaying a road tax sticker after the driver posted the traffic ticket on social media. Petaling Jaya Police Chief Muhammad Fakhruddin Abdul Hamid said the police cancelled the summons as it is no longer an offence. This is following the Transport Ministry's instructions on February 10th. In a statement, he said the PJ District Police Headquarters noticed a post that was uploaded on Facebook using an account under the name of Faiz Sulaiman. A check found that Police Patrol had issued a summons on April 16th for failing to display the road tax on the Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah PJ Airport Road. He added that instructions have already been issued to officers in the field not to issue summons related to the offence in accordance with the Transport Ministry's directive. Fakhruddin said police will conduct an internal investigation on the police staff involved for negligence. Transport Minister Anthony Loke announced in February that Malaysians no longer need to display motor vehicle licenses, also known as road tax stickers, on privately owned vehicles.
The government has been told to avoid making populist decisions and focus on policies that would help the rakyat.
Maidin boss Amir Ali Maidin expects the additional public holiday for Hari Raya to put an unnecessary financial burden on businesses. He said his hypermarket business is set to lose 500,000 ringgit because of it. In a television interview last night, the businessperson advised the government to not simply make populist decisions. Instead, he said, the government must focus on targeted subsidies to help the rakyat. He added that many had even taken leave for this Friday, but now, with the announced additional public holiday, this would incur costs to businesses. Amir was commenting on the extra holiday for Idul Fitri, which Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim announced yesterday. Amir added that the amount that businesses would lose due to this can be put to better use, such as lowering the price of menu rahmah and other goods. He said he could use the 500,000 ringgit to lower the price of menu rahmah to only 4 ringgit per plate.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to Malaysiakini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.